Hello guys, welcome back to the next tutorial in the series. Today we're gonna cover running test cases as a test suite using our testng file. That's an external file that we'll talk about in quite a few minutes. And so let's go ahead and get started. I've done a small setup for you guys already. So similarly, this is again just creating the WebDriver instance, base URL, and creating the static logger instance to get the class name. And then in our before class method, we're given the driver is its name as the Firefox driver. We're calling the Firefox driver, creating the base URL, maximizing the window, waiting for some time, calling the properties file, and then we're getting the base URL here itself in the before class, because we can do that. We don't need in the test case. If once we have like multiple test cases, and if we want to act on multiple test cases, we don't want to call the same thing again and again different test cases, so we can just call it in before class. Let me go ahead and minimize that. And then we have our first test case, which is fill basic window, basic info. So again, we're talking about expedia.com. And then the second test case is fill advanced info. So I'll show you what that is. Just give me a second. So basic info is on the flights tab, we fill the origin city, destination city, departing date, return date. That's the basic info. And this link you see, right, advanced options, this is the advanced info. So what I'm doing is I'm just clicking on the non-stop checkbox, and I'm selecting the class as first class. So, and just that. So this test case can only happen once we click the advanced link, right? So that's what we're doing. So this is the advanced info. So here you can see I'm just navigating to the flights tab, and then fill the origin text box, destination text box, departure date, and return date. And then just I'm waiting for like 3 seconds. It's not a part of test case. I'm just waiting for you guys to, so you can see that that thing happened, and now it's waiting for some time before clicking the advanced button. Then I'm clicking on the advanced link, clicking on non-stop checkbox, and clicking and selecting the class as first. So I have actually created these stubs for you guys, really small stubs. Select the flight class using the select option and clicking on the non-stop checkbox. I'll upload this code again so you guys can refer the latest search page class. So this is the new stuff. This block of code, it's the new stuff. Pretty straightforward, what we have already learned in Selenium tutorials. Exactly same. Still I'll upload the class up there on the web. So this is the second test case. So let me think, okay, so if I need to run both the test cases together, and maybe there could be like hundreds of test cases, so what do I need to do for that? So let's go ahead and create a testng.xml file. So what I'm going to do is right click the project, new file. I'm going to name it testng.xml. Basically you can name it anything, it doesn't have to be that thing, but I'm just naming it for the sake of easiness. So here's our file, and so let's take a look, how does it look like. So this is basically going to be an XML file where you can configure your test cases to be run. You can set the dependency, you can include or exclude any test, any method, any class, and you can set the priority, and so many things you can do in this XML file that we'll go through in different tutorials. So let's get started right now. It gets started with the suite tag, and this suite tag basically should have a name. So it has a name. I can give any name to it basically. So I'm just giving it test suite right now. It has no specifications. And then the next tag is test. So the test should have a name, and I'm just gonna give the name as Expedia and search page. So basically this, that I'm giving it like preserve order, that's a field. I'm setting it to true, so it preserves the order of in which the test cases are run. So this is to preserve order. And you know what, I have to close this as well, so let me close this as test. Okay, it's taken care of. All right, and okay, so it's done. Once this is done, inside test I need to put classes. So this is classes. If I do that, I need to close classes as well. So basically, you guys noticing, right, whatever I'm opening, I'm closing that as well, right? So I'm closing that with the, so I open something with the less than sign, and then the closing thing happens with the less than and then a slash and then the similar name. So that is what the opening and the closing braces, like we have in the code, we have the curly braces to open and close a block, right? So it's pretty similar to that. Then we'll have something called class. So once I have a class thing, inside a class I also need to name the class as well, right? So you might say why the classes doesn't have any name. So because it's going to contain different classes and every class would have a name on its own. So I'm going to provide a name to a class. So the name is, so these things, if you notice, suite name and test name could be anything, but the class name has to be our package name, dot our class name. So basically our package name dot our class name. So I'm just copying it from there, and this is our class name basically. So when I'm done typing my class name, I'm gonna hit enter. And now guys, I'm actually ready to run this right now. So I can run both, just the complete class, and all the test cases would run. Hundreds of test cases would run. But I want to show you one more thing in this tutorial itself. So we have a tag name method. So once we have this, methods, once we have this tag method, what we can do is we can include or exclude few methods that we want to run or not. So this is a tag called include, and for that, what do I need to do is I need to provide the name, whatever I need to include. So what I can do is fill basic info. So that was my first test case. So I'm just going to include this, and I'm going to include another one also. So include name equals to maybe fill, I think, advanced info. That was our second test case. So I'm gonna close this as well. So now if you notice, I'm including both the methods. So it's like pretty much saying that I'm not having these completely four fields. If I just say class, it's gonna run the complete class. So, and the benefit is I can just comment out one thing. So to comment, what we use in XML is the left less than sign, bang, dash dash, and it's gonna automatically pop in this thing, the end sign for you. So just control cut it, and then paste it here. So then this line will be completely commented out. So for now, let me just remove the comments because we don't want to comment this right now, and I want to show you how it runs. So let me do what? Let me just right click on the testng.xml and go to run as, and run as a testng suite. So when I do that, it's gonna run the test suite completely, right? So I should just wait. Okay, that showed up here, and the browser is coming up. All right, so it's opening up, and Clicking on the flights tab, type in the info, return date. Now it's waiting. See guys, advanced options not yet clicked. Now it's clicked, selected the non-stop, and then selected the preferred classes first. I didn't want to click the search button, so it didn't do it. And let me close this now. And if I want to see the test suite is passed, it says all green, both the test cases passed. And if I go to my console, since I'm putting everything in the log, it's very descriptive. If you can see navigate to flights tab, origin text box element found, enter origin city, then destination text box found, enter destination city, and then enter departure date and enter return date, and click on advanced option links, click on non-stop checkbox, and then select first class, select flight classes first. It gives you the detail, the test suite. That was the name that we gave to our test suite. Total test run is 2. No failures, no escapes. It might skip a test case also, that's why there's a failed. So that's the detail, guys. And now I want to show you, let's say, so let me just exclude this. So let me, you know what, let me just put comment for this. So if I comment out this thing, or you know what, maybe let's make it interesting. Let me comment out the first test case. So but yeah, that would be weird, so let's not do that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So let's comment out the second test case and then run it again, and you should see that it's not gonna execute the first test case. So I'm running it again, and it's coming up. It's gonna do all the usual stuff. It's just still waiting. Yeah, so this done after return. So it's not clicking on the advanced options, right? And you guys can see the test case would be complete, right? It's already complete, it's done, and it's only ran the first test case, so it didn't run the second test case. And there's the console for that. Test case run only one. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. So this is the way to run the complete test suite. You can comment out few methods, you can run all the methods. Even if you don't give anything, you'll run just all the methods. So I'll upload these files on the web, and you guys are free to take a look, refer them, and use them when you need it. And I'll say just do some practice, some hard work, and it should be easy. It's pretty easy work, and just get into practice until we meet again. And stay tuned for the next class. Thanks guys.